Hello, everyone. It's Nicole here. I am a transformational life coach for women who really desire to find themselves and create a life that they totally love. First of all, I want to welcome you and congratulate you for signing up for this training on the three main steps for you to finally call in lasting love and passion to your life. If you're feeling disconnected from your life and don't know what to do, how to connect with it again and really enjoy your life, call in love and really feel secure in yourself, in your decisions, then this training is for you. I did something crazy today. I decided to turn this into a video training, which is the first time that I do so. And I am quite excited. You see, I've been working on this training for months now, and I am delighted to share with you. So I really understand how important this training is for you. The information that you will receive here is of extreme importance for you. So for us to be really focused here, I invite all of you to really close your browsers, to just leave this browser open, to have a glass of water with you, paper to write down any sort of cognition that you receive, and also to really set a powerful intention for the session. So let's start with the intention, okay? So if you feel called to it, close your eyes. I really want you to focus on this training, so I want you to do some breathing exercises first. I want you to close your eyes, breathe in deeply through your nose, exhale through your mouth. Let's repeat that exercise again. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. And now with your eyes closed, let's set the intention for this training. May you receive any cognition, any revelation, or any healing that you need to really let go of an old life you're no longer interested in being part of, and to really call in a life you're completely in love with. Secure, building a solid foundation in who you are, loving your life, and calling in that special partner that you desire to call in. So really feel that energy. I am feeling it right now. Are you? So really set that intention, feel it in your bones, and really inhale again and exhale. Great. So let's start. The main reason why I decided to do this training is because I have seen in my own life and in the life of friends or other clients that I work with that we all really want love. Love, it's all that it is about. We want love. We want to feel good with what we do. We want to feel good sharing our life with a special someone. So how do we figure things out to really create that life for us? You see, I have been asked in preparation for this training, Nicole, what is it that I'm doing wrong? Why do I notice so many other women who attract their partner or are happy doing what they love and I am not able to do it? Is there something wrong with me? Surely not. The thing is that we need guidance on how to really call it in. I'm going to explain or talk a little bit more about how it is that I got here as a coach. And it all really had to do with love. That's how it all really started. I've always wanted to be part of a loving family or be part of a loving relationship. That was my main goal since I was very little. Like, it's what I saw from fairy tales. It's what I really wanted. And throughout my life, I went through several experiences where I wasn't even noticed by the guy that I was interested in. Like, I spent years liking that guy, but he never really looked at me or cared for me. Or when I would date somebody, I would end up feeling used, or I would end up feeling like it just wasn't worth it because this person really wouldn't see me. So the years would go by, and I wouldn't really see a difference in my life. Like, I would attract a guy, but I would end up feeling the same way. Sort of like when you hear that you attract the same man but in different bodies. that's exactly what's happening to me. Like I was attracting the same type of partner, but in different bodies. And I knew internally that I had to change that. That was my big takeaway. I really lost hope in love several times, but then I would go back because love has always been my driving force. I got really into this whole self-development thing, and I started to investigate, and I started to really notice certain things that I was doing wrong that I could improve. And I realized that the first step really started with me. My big life-changing moment was when I really sort of hit rock bottom. I was living a life that I was not pleased with. I was following somebody else's life for me. I was following my parents' guidance on what it was that I had to study. I graduated as an engineer, which, as you can see, has nothing to do with what I want to do now or who I am now. And I really had to find my own voice, find out who I was in the process. You see, I am not ashamed to say this. I really thought that my life would get better the moment that I would find my partner. And that's the main issue that I see sometimes with women in general. Like most women, they think that they find the right partner, then their life is gonna get back on track and they're really gonna love it, and then everything is gonna change. And guess what? We are doing it backwards, totally backwards. You really need to find a foundation in yourself, create that foundation, right? In yourself first. Then you will create a life that you love, and then the partner will show up. And there are many reasons for this, right? When I invested in private coaching was the moment that really my life changed, and I'll explain to you why. My father passed away several days, or let's say a few days before I started working for a tech company, right? And I really, in that moment, like I just followed what I was supposed to do. I worked for that company for many years, and I am still very grateful for being part of that company, or for being, or for at least knowing so many great people within the company, right? But my heart wasn't into it. I had to literally stop working there. I had to quit because I started to have panic attacks about the direction my life was taking. I knew it wasn't me. I knew that there was a moment where I just simply had to stop and follow my gut. And that is a moment that I think I really want to avoid for you, because nobody likes having panic attacks. But in the moment when I started to have panic attacks, it just made something so clear to me. Like having a life that I loved was not necessarily just about meeting a certain person or a certain partner. It was about loving every single day, really feeling alive in what I was doing. I loved self-development. I wasn't necessarily keen on engineering. So why was I spending most of my hours there working? I had to find a balance. I had to feel good in who I was. So the universe really allowed me to shift all of that and create a life that I'm really passionate about. When I first started into coaching, I really thought that what I was going to manifest out of coaching was to manifest finding my partner, okay? But in reality, I got something so much better. I found myself. I found myself wholly and completely. I really did a lot of inner work to really burst through the blocks that I had around love. All these weird perceptions that I had around love, I was able to see how they were actually manifesting in my life. And these perceptions were things that I really didn't have or believe in at first, but I knew that a part of me at least did, because they were showing up in my life. So that's the purpose of this training, to really teach you the main things that I discovered when I went into coaching around love, that have been able to help me completely transform my life, and that have been able to help and transform the life of my clients. So are you ready? This is going to be great information. With that said, I said that the first point for this training would be knowing yourself inside and out. right? Like I said, I was really able to do this with private coaching, and I will tell you why. I really didn't know what I wanted. You see, like I know that I wanted a life full of love, but internally it was so hard for me to connect with that vision because it was not what I had while I was growing up. I would see my parents. I would try to avoid certain issues that they had in my mind, but I was also creating them because I had really no control of what I was focusing on. The first point that I'm gonna teach you here about knowing yourself inside and out is that you need to detach from perceptions or beliefs that you have around love and what is actually possible for you if the beliefs that you had were somewhat negative, okay? So if you saw something while you were growing up, let's say your parents didn't get along as much, or you sort of felt like your mother gave too much to the marriage and she sort of lost her freedom, or you saw that your friends or your aunt and the way that she was treated in her relationship was not good for you. All of these things could have created something for you that are called blueprints, what I like to call your love blueprints. As a child, you absorb all of this information given to you in the form of what you see, of what you heard, and what you really acknowledge or see somebody else doing, especially if this is somebody that's close to you, right? So if you saw your mother suffering while she was in a relationship or she was unhappy, you could have developed a blueprint in your mind that indicated, you know what, it's not safe to love. I will lose my freedom. I won't be able to do what I love. I will lose myself in a relationship. And you could be thinking, Nicole, you're going way too deep. Like, how can a kid really feel that? The thing is that you don't, but you perceived it, and it's something that has been growing inside of you throughout your entire life. And what you focus on, you create. So if you have those beliefs hitting inside of you, you will continue to create them. The first step is to be aware of what are those beliefs. And it's not easy work, right? Like you can discover a few on your own. You can write them down. You can see everything here and there. But the thing is to really do and dig deep to see what are those beliefs that you perceived while you were growing up to really change them, right? What you resist persists. So if you're saying, no, Nicole, I don't have those thoughts, but you have not been able to manifest your partner or a life that you completely love, you probably have blueprints against you, working against you. So you really have to check them out. The main reason why I started to coaching was because I knew that my parents weren't happy. I knew that. I loved them both equally. I wanted them to be happy, but I knew that they weren't happy together. So when I heard once while I was growing up this phrase that, okay, you will become like your parents and everything, I was like, no, I don't want that. I really want to transform things around. I really want to have a future where, you know, my family is happy, where I'm able to see that, you know what, relationship actually brings me freedom. And that's what I decided to really embark in this work. And I have noticed so many different changes because I was able to really sit down and commit myself to look fear in the eye, to look at my emotional fears in the eye and really erase them from my life, from my aura, from my body, from my mindset, because that's the work that you need to do. You need to create a new story. So when you're ready to create a new story, you really need to really connect with who you are really, like deep down, taking away all these beliefs that are not yours, of handing back those beliefs, whether it's to your parents or to your friends, or to your family or to whoever gave you those beliefs that you weren't able to live a life that you loved, or that you were not able to call in the right type of partner. And these beliefs could really be as simple as, or as basic as, because these are the beliefs that I've realized through a lot of research that women have, that you cannot trust men, or you cannot trust your partner. They are unrelatable, they are emotionless, or they really want to control you. All these beliefs, I'm sure you've heard somebody tell you before, like you cannot trust men, or you cannot trust women, whatever it is, right? You just cannot trust them. Hard to trust. All those beliefs, let me tell you something, are going to create in your life for men or partners or potential partners that could show up in your life to be hard to trust. If you see someone who's really enjoying her love life, or is creating a life that she totally loves, and she doesn't really have trust issues with her partner, all of that is because she has a belief that men can be trusted. Your beliefs will completely rule the direction your life takes. So this entire work is really deep, it's really transformational. But you have to be willing, number one, to accept that you have certain beliefs that are not working on your favor and what you want. You have to be willing to change them. You have to put in time, energy, effort to really work it out. And you have to fully focus on the possibility that this is available for you. Knowing yourself and respecting yourself means that you will go ahead and create a life that you are totally excited about. And it also means that having a life you love is not exclusive to having a partner you love as well. You will not lose yourself in a partner. You can have both things at the same time. Your life is yours to create, okay? I really want you to understand that. There's a world of possibilities out there that are just for you if you're willing to accept them as your reality, okay? So really think about this. And you may be asking me, Nicole, how can I really know myself? How can I know myself inside and out? Like, I feel like there are so many different ideas in my mind that I'm not sure if they're mine or not. Well, I would first recommend to really start journaling every day, to really connect with who you are. Have that time and space for you to really go in your mind and start to put in pen and paper what you think about a situation. Make the time for it. Nobody else is going to make the time for you. It's only up to you. Really journal, really connect with yourself. Really start to ask yourself important questions whenever a thought comes up. Ask to yourself, is this thought really mine? Or did I learn it from somebody else? And allow the answer to come into your body, and you will know. And after you recognize whether that thought or belief comes from somebody else, I really recommend for you to give back that thought to that person, at least in your mind. Say this is not mine, and I am willing to see this situation with different eyes. And I am willing to respect my true desire here. What if you are following a life that you're not passionate about? If you're following a career that is not the one that you want, what do you do then? Are you going to continue the rest of your life saying that you can't really go for what you want? One of those beliefs that could be possibly hindering your life right now is the fact that you've been told that you cannot succeed doing what you love, that there are certain careers that just won't make you any money. Let me tell you the truth. Any career can make you the money that you desire. It's really up to you. It's about believing in your capability to create the life that you want. Shift your mindset and everything else will follow. Believe me, most of the work to manifest a life that you love, career that you love, or calling a partner, 90% is mindset, 10% is action. You have to work on your mindset. It's absolutely possible. Do you know the reason why there are so many people out there that are miserable, that are overeating, that are depressed, that are having panic attacks? It's because they're doing something that they do not love. It's because they're following a path that they don't care about. You were not put on this planet to live a life that you didn't care about. You were given gifts to really use them and to help the world improve. You were put in this place to be an example of what is possible for everyone. You really can live a life that's full, and I mean this, full of love, but you have to be open to see that it's possible for you. Give back that belief to somebody else that gave it to you. Send it with love and move on. You might be saying, but Nicole, I don't have the money to study an entire new career. The main difference between somebody who gets things done and someone who doesn't is someone who really only looks at the problem and doesn't ask the right questions. You have to ask the right questions. Is instead of saying, I don't have, start asking, how can I get? How can I create? Ask, meet people, network. You may never know who can really help you. And also set the intention for the way to be created. But after you set that intention, you have to work. You have to be open for the signs, for the opportunities that will come up. But they will come up, but you need to be there and open and willing and excited about it, because you can create a life that you love. And you will hear me repeating this over and over again, because I want this to be ingrained in your head. You really can create a life that you love. So if the first step, it's about knowing yourself fully inside and out, it's about number one, knowing and recognizing what are your desires. What are you looking out of life? What will make you happy? Not your mother, not your dad, not your brothers, not your bosses. What will make you happy? And after that, really focus your energy on that. And really, this has to stop the belief that you won't get to be with a partner that really likes what you do. Because that's not true. You get to decide all of that. You get to write down and simply create out of your mind your perfect partner. And I mean this, I stand by this. You can create anything that you desire. Let the universe bring into you who that person is. But you can decide the criteria. What's non-negotiable for you to be with that person? How does that person make you feel? But then really work on who are you as a person to really call in that person. You have to be really focused on positive energy, on it is possible for me, and being totally open to all the possibilities that may show up. You have to journal. You have to connect with yourself. Because this is the most important key of all. If part of this journey of finding yourself for you is to find somebody, a special partner, then you have to feel really good in your body, really good in who you are, feel rooted in you are. Because this person that will come to your life is not responsible for your happiness. And that is the major key that I've learned. Because if you're confident to your core about who you are as a woman, you will attract a person that is just like that, because life mirrors back at you what you are on the inside, your emotions and thoughts that are from the inside. So think about this for a moment. Really let it sink in. You have the power to create this. But this person that will come to your life is not responsible for your happiness. Only you are responsible for your happiness. Guess what? If you don't respect your decisions, this person will not respect your decisions either. So the work comes to, okay, I already know myself, or I'm starting to. I am journaling, I am writing every day, I am meditating, I am praying, I am doing so many different things. Then what happens next when I have my set of intentions written in a paper? What happens when I disrespect those intentions? If you attract a partner, chances are this person is going to disrespect them too. If you are disrespecting your decisions and it's more around creating a life you love or creating your business because it's what you love, you'll attract people who will disrespect your decisions too. Life will always be a reflection of what you're doing. And that is the major key here. Know yourself, honor yourself, respect your decisions. If you are not willing to do journaling, if you're not willing to really connect with yourself, it's going to be really hard for you to create the love that you desire. So you have to be open to it. I was resistant to it at first. And every time that I've stopped journaling, I can tell you that my day doesn't go as I planned. So I journal, I connect with myself, I make sure that I'm in a very happy state, I make sure that I am really happy, I make sure that I don't really make anybody else responsible for my happiness. Whenever I'm interacting with people, I'm here to share. I'm there to share. I'm there to be present, to really contribute, right? But I don't come from a place where I need your happiness or I need your attention. No, no, no. Because it's not fair to the other person. It's not fair to your coworkers. It isn't fair. Because people can feel that energy when you're trying to get so much from them, but what are you willing to give, right? So just be your best self possible by connecting with yourself on a daily basis. Number 2, I really wanted to talk about stop being influenced by other people's opinions. And this is the most important thing. What happens after you have connected with yourself and you see other people or you feel that other people are trying to control you? Because let me tell you something. When you already know who you are, you become so irresistible that people have no idea what to do with you because you are already defying the system. You are living in a world where almost everybody is just going to a work 9 to 5, who is miserable, who is simply just working at a certain place because they desire money, right? And they think it's the only way that they can get money, or that are not really happy in their relationship. So when they hear stuff like, I'm gonna follow my passion, and they're like, right, what do you do with those people that are constantly poisoning your mind? This is really key here because you have to learn how to raise the bar. People who really get in life really know how to raise the bar and how to focus and work with people who really uplift them. When you tell them, you know what, I'm going to live my passion, I'm going to call in my partner, I'm really to do the emotional work, that's the people that you want to be with, that support you, that tell you, you know what, you can so do this. How are you doing this? I want to support you. I want to see your change. That's part of what I had to do. And that's part of that everybody that I know who's able to create the life that they love have to do. And it's not something that you do it once. You do it all the time because you do become the average of the 5 people you hang around most with. So if the people around you don't really have what you want, or at least you see them not even trying because they feel miserable on their own, I really suggest for you to stand back. And this may sound harsh, but you really do become the average of the 5 people you hang around with. I remember when I first started doing this work, I didn't know any relationships that were, super healthy, super loving, that really I wanted to be in a relationship like that. I had no idea. And that's why, because I was focused around a lot of people that were really miserable. And that hurt me in a way right? I would suggest for you to not necessarily like let go of everybody that's around you, but if you see that a person is willing to do that work with you, then welcome that person and try to move forward together. But if other people that are in this position are just trying to bring you down, bring you back to that level, you don't have, it's not your duty to try to bring them in with you. Let people come in freely when they want to, when they see you already changing your life. So really let them go with love. And that is the key here. It's always about love. How do you let someone go with love? You really decide what's best for them, but you don't really try to control them because it's up to them to decide. So it's not like I'm gonna leave you hanging here because you're not cooperating with my vision and you're just so negative and I can't be around you. No, that's not it. You just really make an internal decision and say, you know what, this is not serving me. I sincerely hope that you get to the place where I am in your own way, in the best way for you, because I do not know when is that time for you. But I really wish you love and I desire to really focus right on what you want. Those are two different energies that will get you two different results. So how do you communicate with people that are trying to bring you down? What happens if the people that are not supporting you is your family? Sometimes you need to really speak with love. Say, you know what you're saying is actually hurting me, but I ask you to please give me the opportunity to really do this for a while at least. Please understand. And I'm really trying to keep positive thoughts. So just say that, but don't try to lose your calm. And always expect the best, even if it's unlikely. Create and start to really focus your energy on creating the best in your life, okay? Even if it is unlikely. That I will repeat. You have to communicate with love with people who are not supporting you. But communicating with love doesn't mean that you're going to stutter. It doesn't mean that you're going to talk with fear. It doesn't mean none of that. You're going to talk with love, with integrity, and with a calm and powerful voice, centered in who you are, centered in your decision. There's no going back. Speak with love. Set an intention that your conversation will go with love. In your mind's eye, see that person with love. I salute you with love. I hope that this conversation goes well. I see this going as an excellent conversation where I feel like I'm heard. Set that intention every time that you're going to go into a conversation that puts you in a nervous state of mind. Don't surround yourself with what's negative. Surround yourself with what is possible. Stop being influenced by people who are trying to keep you where you are or where they are, or to have you live the lifestyle that they desire. When you really work on your mind and you really let go of your fears, life changes for you. It's part of the main reason why, and I'm sure you've seen this, like you read so many different tips out there online when it comes to date and how to create your life, but then you try, you give like one step and it didn't work. And you're like, but what's wrong? How come that it don't work? Like, am I doing something wrong? All of these tips can actually work. Yes, they can, but we have to really look at what's the blueprint behind it. And that is sometimes the main reason why you cannot give such generalized advice, because everybody's story is different. You do not know what are your blueprints. You may know some of them. You may know a few, you may know a lot, but there are a few that are hidden because that's how your brain works. So you really have to uncover them. So you have to create the space to really look at your blind spots. You see, your brain is wired to keep you where you are because it wants you to survive. Not necessarily thrive or to succeed, but only to survive. Okay, so there's a huge difference there. Whenever your subconscious mind detects there is change, it's going to create unique and interesting ways for you to try to stay there. But every single person that I work with, whenever they've reached this new height or this new ceiling of mindset that's going to break them through to the next one or to their next reality, I tell them, do you see what's happening here? Like, do you see how your brain is creating ways for you to stay where you are? It could be creating doubt. It could, bring up to you a family member that could trigger you. It can tell you know what, I don't support you. And then you start thinking, maybe it's better if I stay this way. Like, I won't ever be able to call in the partner that I want. All of these things will happen. It's part of what they are. But every person who has been able to break through the ceiling or the limit has been able to say, you know what, I am still ready to do this. I will continue this journey. And those are the people that are rewarded. Life really rewards women, people who are doers, who are action takers. It's one thing to just stay in your mind and try to create, so many different stories of how your life could go, but you're not really taking the steps. So I really challenge you and call you to your best self and say, if you really want love, you have to work for it. But the work can be fun. It's not tedious. You're going to be so amazed when you do this type of work and you realize, whoa, I had no idea that I had these beliefs. I had no idea before why this was happening in my life, but now I know. That's the most amazing work there will ever be in your life, and it's the work that's going to completely transform your life around. So let's go on to the last point, and how to remove an emotional block, right, or an emotional loss. If you're ready to fall in love, I'm sure you have gone through a breakup, let's say. I'm sure that you have had some sort of loss that has been blocking you from moving on to. Like, it could be a block that is, in a way, making you feel scared of loving again, right? I mean, who hasn't had their heart broken? Who hasn't had an experience where they felt like they really couldn't move on? I mean, we all, at a certain point, have moments where we're scared of love. We are fearful of believing that it's actually possible for us to have a relationship that is long-standing, that is powerful, that is beautiful, that is trusting, to really feel at ease in ourselves, to really feel confident, to know ourselves or our desires, and to really have it written or placed in front of us. We are scared of that. We are not necessarily scared of the fact that we will be hurt again. We are really scared that it is actually possible to have something so beautiful in our lives. Marianne Williamson states, one of my mentors, she states that, like, our deepest fear is not that we're inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we're powerful beyond measure. Think about that. You have the power to create what you want. A Course in Miracles states that the issue is not that you ask for too much. The issue is that you ask for too little. You're asking for too little out of life, because we have been trained and taught to believe that we are just meant to survive in this world. But the times are changing. With our lives, we are showing people really what's actually possible for them. We were put in this planet to reach out our fullest and our highest potential. That includes everything that you desire, every single desire that you have. Whether it's being in a loving relationship, whether it's feeling really confident to your core, whether it's traveling, whether it's doing whatever it is that you want, every desire that you have matters. So I understand how we can be very scared of loving again, of really going after love, because we've been hurt so many times. But that's the thing, right? That's love. It's sort of like a roller coaster. You learn, but you move on. My biggest, well, no, not my biggest, I have two favorites, but two of my favorite quotes are, number one, it's this or something better. You went through pain, and I understand that. But to really move on from that pain, you have to start with the belief that whatever else will come afterwards will be better. You will learn. It's not about moving on the page, you know what, this person hurt me, so I'm ready to move on the page. It's not about that. It's about really desiring love to that person, about really desiring happiness to that person. When you come from a place of love, when you send out what you want most in the world to others, you receive it back. It's that meaningful. It's not about being bitter or being hurt about whatever went wrong. It's about truly desiring happiness to the other person who hurt you, whether it was a family member, a lover, a partner, whoever it was. Whatever that loss is, desire what you want to that person too. Desire love, desire possibilities. Not all relationships are meant to last forever. You learned what you had to get from that relationship, and now you're ready to create something better, something that's going to light you up, something that's going to create or transform your life completely. And the same is also available for the person that you're letting go of. If you are resisting to let go of this person because the pain was so excruciating, let me tell you something. You get what you focus on. What you resist persists. If you're unwilling to let go of this person, at least on an emotional level, you will repeat the same feeling again. Because that's how the universe works. It gives us assignments. And it works through people. That's how the universe works, through people. So if you're praying for something, if you're asking for something, know that it will happen through a person, through a certain situation. Not every relationship is meant to last forever. So if you hold on to this, and if you don't really work on what was meant to be learned, you will repeat it. And nobody likes to fail an exam, right? So desire what's best for that person, and really dare to believe that whatever will come in next is gonna be for the best, always. How can you really start letting go of this person? How can you really start letting go of this? By simply desiring their happiness. By repeating internally in your mind, I release you and I desire what's best for you. Even if it pains you, even if you can't see your life with this person, it's just that willingness inside of you that the whole universe can testify with, because it will feel that just small willingness to really let it go that's going to create the shift that you desire. Open your mind to what is great, to what is possible, to what is beautiful. No matter how much you've heard, be willing to let go. When you don't let go of this person, even this person can feel the energy, right? And this is also an invitation for you to become a newer and bolder person in your next relationship, in your next adventure. Because you're going to hold yourself in a place where you're much more confident in who you are, in what you have to offer, and the other person is going to come in willingly and happily, because they will feel that they're not necessarily responsible for your happiness. You're here to share experiences, to share love, not necessarily to get love. You need to learn how to really receive and give at the same time. So I really invite you that if you really want to release somebody in your life, release them powerfully and release them with love, is to really say in your mind, I release you and I desire all the love and what is possible for you. And I know that whatever will come to both of our lives will be infinitely better for both of us, while still honoring what we had, right? Wish love, desire love, and you will receive love. You will reach this level full of love. And it's the best feeling in the world. There's something that I do with my clients when it comes to healing because it's not as easy sometimes to really let go of these fearful beliefs or perceptions. It's called emotional freedom technique. Emotional freedom technique is the best to really heal, to really move forward in your life. Emotional freedom technique, or EFT as it's more commonly known, it's a form of sort of like acupuncture, but without needles. You tap in certain meridians of your body where you start to clear out the energy by saying different statements around how you're feeling, about how a situation really makes you feel, if you feel like you can't really let this person go, if you're at least willing to see what's possible for you, if you really want to feel centered and sure in who you are, if you really want to connect. EFT can do so much in your life. You can do it to clear out the positive emotion, the negative emotions, and to also call in positive emotions. Because ladies, we are energy. We really are energy. So this entire system of EFT works in moving all the energy around, because you cannot like delete or delete energy. You can, but you can transmute it. You can transform it. So you want to turn all of that fearful energy into energy of love. Okay, and it's so possible, and you will feel so much lighter, so much easier. Like at first, life will just become so much more beautiful. At first, when you do EFT, what happens is that you feel a little bit resistant, like even in your body, and that's good. That's good, because whenever you feel resistant in your body, it's because your body, your mind is already sensing that you want to let go of that. You want to let go of what no longer serves you. So your mind thinking that it's protecting you because, like you have this, I don't want to get hurt again. Your mind will try to remain, like keep you where you are. But you have to pull through. It's like a butterfly. You go from a caterpillar to a butterfly. You have to go through that transformation, but it's the most fun you will ever have because you're doing this for you. It's not for the partner. It's not for, it's just for you, because you deserve it. Like I have, like my clients, they love EFT. They are really obsessed with it, mainly because it's about working in creating the right words while you are tapping in your body to really let go of this energy, right? And I have a client who told me the other day, like she was so happy with the work that we have done because she feels like she's at peace with herself. She was so burnt out. She felt like she was in the dark hole. She didn't know what was her goals. She really wanted to know herself, but she didn't know how. And when she started to really recognize what were those feelings and what were those situations that she wanted to experience in her life to feel at ease and happy with herself, her body resisted at first. And we did a lot of EFT, and now she tells me, Nicole, thank you so much. Like the other day I mentioned you have one EFT session left, and she was like, what? Oh my God, yes, I want to do it. Like she gets so excited because even though at first she was resistant, she right now is a full testament of the entire change she went through. She went from being completely lost, being in a dark hole, to really, 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 really feeling at ease with herself. Her relationships are way much more loving, and she's even creating her own business. She went from not enjoying what she was doing to really not knowing how to handle her relationships to creating her own business and to feeling at ease with herself and really honoring and respecting what she's doing. Talk about a change. EFT works. I have seen it work with other clients who have found the love of their life. They were worried about it at first because every energetic work or work that requires a shift in energy, your body's gonna go like, no, but it's for your own good. And in EFT, what you do is that you just tap on meridian points and you talk through your feelings. There is a sequence, there is a way for you to effectively move past it. And I have to say that when you work with other people as well as with an expert while we are both doing it, that's something that we do in our sessions, it's a lot powerful. It's a lot powerful. So there is a way for you to really release what is holding you back. EFT works a lot. Also journaling, also that willingness. Just stating out loud, I am willing to let you go right now. Over and over again. It doesn't matter how many times you have to repeat it. But really work on yourself, because it's the best work that you can ever do. It's the best work. Your life will change. Your life entirely. You're always going to remember this moment when you really work on yourself, when you put in focused energy to create a life that you love. So I really want to hone in everything that we have spoken about today, because finding yourself is the most beautiful work that you can do. It's when you start to really honor who you are, to really respect who you are, and to show up in your relationships in a more loving and powerful way. If there's anything that you really need to remind yourself after this training, is that real love and having a life you love are not mutually exclusive. You can create a life you love while also being happy with a partner, really knowing who you are. That is the big work in between here, knowing who you are. Because when you know who you are, no matter what happens, everything will be beautiful. You will be able to really move past any sort of block. So I invite you to look at fear in the eye and simply just look at your love blueprints. Write them down. What do you think are your blueprints? And how can you start to change them? Because when you work on your blueprints, your love life, your personal life, everything will change. It's about learning how to own your own voice in the middle of those blueprints, unlearning everything that was taught to you or that you learned through observation that is not helping you in this moment. Honor who you are. Honor your life. Create a life that you're totally in love with. It is absolutely possible to have a life that you love. Don't be scared of it, because you will really be benefited by it. You will love this work. You will love your life. Think about it. What sort of life would you prefer to live? A life where you're just living a normal life, you are getting a nice salary, you're just going through life, right? You have a partner, you're not necessarily like in love with this partner, but you just go because that's what you were told, right? That life was just to, get a family, get a good job, get a pension, and that's it. If you're paralyzed by this idea, as I am, you will know that out of this vision for yourself, what is missing is a powerful sense of self, about knowing who you are, and that work is truly available for you if you're open to do it. Really go after what you want. Knowing yourself creates great love and passion in your life. Once you make that bold decision, the universe will support you along the way. Make the decision, feel at ease with yourself, and create a lot of magic. So I really hope that this training helped you. I want to reinforce certain points. Number one, about knowing yourself inside and out. Journal a lot. Meditate. And once you do this, honor the decisions that you make. Honor them. Really live them true. Because as I said, if you don't, you will manifest people in your life who don't respect the decisions that you make. And nobody wants that. Number two, stop being influenced by other people. How do you do this? By communicating with love, but also being firm in your decisions. Set an intention for a love-based conversation before meeting this person. See this person with light. Imagine this person supporting you, right? You're creating a friendly environment. It doesn't matter if this person has never supported you in your life. They will feel the energy has shifted when you start to create a loving perception towards them. Remember, and when people feel judged, they stay where they are. When people feel loved, they are open to change and to expand, to grow. And number three, emotional block, how to release them. Desire this person love for first and foremost. Always be willing and open to just let them go. Remind yourself that what you are wanting for yourself, you also want for the other person, right? It's not about living in bitterness or living in pain. Our greatest fear is that we are capable to have what we want. It's not that we are not. So really focus yourself in this energy. Do your EFT. Always do the emotional work. Journal all those emotions out. Then like burn the paper. I don't know, but just make these rituals that really allow you to release this energy from your body. So I really hope this helps you today. Let me know what are your biggest discoveries after this training. And now I would really like to invite you powerfully to my newest program that is called 90 Days to Find and Connect with Yourself. It's for women who are ready to do a complete and total transformation about love in their life, a full-on 360 degrees transformation around love. If you have been feeling disconnected from your life, if you really desire to call in all the love that you desire, to really work through those blocks, emotional blocks, to really put a spotlight on those blind spots, if you're not recognizing what are your blueprints and how to eliminate them, if you really desire to have a powerful sense of self, know yourself inside and out, create an unshakable knowingness about who you are, and to powerfully create and call in lasting love to your life, this program is for you. If you're wondering if 90 days can do the trick, can really help you find and connect with yourself, it sure can if you're 110% committed to do the change. This program is one of a kind. I have been working on it for months. It's sort of everything that I've learned throughout these years around love, about how to call in a more peaceful and loving life. And I really want to invite you to really take a decision that's so powerful for your life, that is going to completely transform your life upside down. If you want to call in not only confidence in yourself, to really know your decisions, to own them, and to really call in love. You will receive all of the tools to really let go emotionally of a certain loss, of old beliefs, about forgiving any thought that no longer serves you. You're going to go in and all the emotional work that I mentioned throughout this entire training. It's the main reason why other trainings or other programs don't work. If you don't have that core confidence in yourself, in who you are, in what you want and what you can create, the tips don't work. So this is sort of like the genesis prior to all these dating tips. It's work that is crucial, that's going to completely transform your life around. I want you to really invite you that this training is so powerful. You can read it with all of the reviews that my clients have written in my page. I've just made the launch of the program available to you, and you can read it. It's 90 days to find and connect with yourself. In this program, you get 11 coaching sessions with me. You get a 2-hour coaching intensive. You also get 2 sessions of EFT with me to really burst through those emotional blocks. You'll get recordings of your sessions so you can really help you out, get meditations, all of it's together, and put it in a specific order for you to really get you those results. This program is only available for the first 10 women who apply to it. And there's a reason for this, because I only like to work with really committed people, really committed women that are ready to transform their lives. And I want to ensure that the energy and the space for their transformation is there. I want to make sure that you are getting the results that you desire. This program is really exclusive, really, really exclusive. It's not for the lazy, it's for the women who really want to transform their life. So if you're interested in this program, which I know that you are, I want you to sign up for a clarity call to talk with me, because as I said, the program will only be available for the first 10 women who apply. The program has an investment, is an investment of $2,500, just that. Or you can also have payments available if you are really interested in this program. And to make it a no-brainer for you, I have a special bonus, like the icing on the cake. One of the key elements that really helped me to transform my life was to be supported, or to be in a higher level mastermind group of women who really wanted the same that I did. So for this first week, for the women who decide to sign up for this program during the next week, you will get access to work with me in a very high level mastermind group of women just like you. And we will have 3 different calls during this 3 months, in which we will talk about certain things, like number 1, how to communicate with more love on a daily basis, in terms of your family, in terms of your love life, in terms of your business. You're gonna just communicate with more love. You're gonna learn how to communicate your desires and everything better with your loved ones, and to receive that love back towards you. We will also work a lot on how to release your ex-partner, on how to release, or all the losses that you may have had that have been blocking you, or wounds that you have around your heart, to call in love. We will really burst through that. And we will also talk on how to improve your relationship with money, because this is crucial. As a woman who really knows herself and really wants to call in a lot that she loves, you need money. So we're going to talk about how to call in more money to your life, how to have a better relationship with it, and how to really start to create a bigger flow of money in your life. So this is great. Like, all calls will have a 2-hour duration with also EFT in it, so that we can really burst through those clocks. This mastermind group would have a value of $700. So you're getting this mastermind for free if you sign up during the first week. This is a total no-brainer that is really gonna skyrocket the results that you're getting. So I really invite you to take this decision for yourself. This is an invitation for you to really accept and bring in all the love that you desire in your life. And I really hope that all this training really helped you out. If you have any questions, feel free to email me at Nicole@NicoleElisa with a double S.com. If you want to access the training, you can also get it here at NicoleElisa.com. 90-days-to-find-connect-with-yourself. But I'm also going to make it a lot easier for you, and you will be able to get the link here right now during the training. I really hope that you take a look at this training, that you feel inspired to do something for yourself. Really, like, the main change that I made in my life was when I did private coaching, when I worked with an expert to really look at my blind spots and to really help me to move past it. While I was trying to do it on my own, I ended up being drained, bitter, and there was so much work to do. And I'm not saying that you cannot do it on your own, but it could probably take you up to years to really figure things out. If you really want to do this in just a span of 90 days, then this program is for you. So take care. I send you a lot of love, a lot of different cognitions, and do let me know what you got at this training. Take care.